Off we go. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on the BWC Network. I am Ryan Hartson. It's still great to be with you here today. Just got done breaking down all the storylines in the NFL. We are moving on now to all of the bad games. And, the bad games, as usual, are really bad. Just the messes. I mean, I threw one good one in there just because people think it's good. I don't think it's good. Anyway. Tennessee and Carolina. Cam Newton versus Matt Hasselbeck. Wow, not a lot there. Titans suck. I will beat this drum forever. I don't care how many games they win. I don't care if they go 9-7. They're terrible. The Titans are terrible. They play brutal defense. The offensive line is a joke. They can't run the ball, and Hasselbeck's old. That's it. That's this team. They're terrible. They're terrible. The Titans, maybe, no. Awful. Panthers slowly getting better. I like Cam Newton. I like what I see from him. He's arrogant, but hey, who's not these days? And, they do a lot of things well, and, games at home. Just the Panthers at home. That just sounds like a pick I'm going to be making a lot over the next 10 years. And we'll get to the picks later. I consider this a bad game because I have no respect for the Cincinnati Bengals. Pittsburgh going to Cincinnati. I said this in the last segment. I think Pittsburgh is going to hurt the Bengals. I think he's going to rip them to shreds. They're angry. They're motivated. It's a road game. And the Bengals, plain and simply, are not that good. I don't care that they're 6-2. It doesn't matter to me. I think everybody, you are what your record is. That's a load of crap. You are not what your record is. You're better than your record. Or you're significantly worse. Packers were better than... You can't tell me the Packers were a 10-6 team last year. They weren't. They were way better than a 10-6 team. But they got hurt, so that's ended up what they be because of the teams they played and all that. Bengals aren't a 6-2 team. Nowhere near. They're not good enough to be that. They'll be lucky to get to 9 wins. Their schedule really tough down the stretch. Come on, man. St. Louis playing Cleveland. Sam Bradford might play. The Bradford versus McCoy. You get that Red River rivalry rolling. A reunion, if you will. A reunion of the Red River rivalry. How poetic is that? So, not much of a game otherwise. Man, what happened to Peyton Hillis? They had an intervention last week? Yikes. An intervention? Did they just give him millions upon millions of dollars and now he's just a total prick? Is that what happened? Seriously. Peyton Hillis, where'd you go? Come back, man. I want to see those biceps rocking and rolling. Jacksonville going to Indianapolis. The Colts are a mess. The future home of Andrew Luck. The Jaguars are terrible, too. Maurice Jones-Drew. That's about it. Denver and Kansas City. Tebow versus Matt Castle. It's exciting. No, it's not. It's terrible. This game is a joke. It's a division game. If Tebow wins the game... Now, I banned the words Tebow last week, but I can't do it anymore. Sorry. I broke my own rule already. I suck at that. Remind me, never make rules on this show, because I'll break all of them. I just kind of do whatever I want. It's my show, so I can do whatever I want. Again, I don't have a producer this week. Nobody's sitting here staring at me. So I'm literally alone in my house right now. Completely alone. I'm talking completely to myself. I'm talking to my laptop. Or whatever. But Tebow, seriously? They win that game, he's like a game and a half out of first. Wow. Do you think he's going to do it? Go to Kansas City and win? I don't know. Kansas City sucks. They are terrible. They beat San Diego and promptly get blown out by the Dolphins. Come on, guys. Just, man, the bottom of this league is all the same. That's why some teams have better record than others. But they're all terrible. Indianapolis, Miami, Kansas City, Denver. Terrible. Terrible teams. Washington and Miami. Wow. A game the Redskins can win. That's interesting. They don't run the ball. They don't throw the ball, and their defense is terrible. Miami coming off a big win. I don't know, man. That's tough. Miami, 2 in a row? Rock and roll, man. Houston going to Tampa Bay. There's nothing I can say about this game. Nothing. Other than the Texans are awesome. The Texans are awesome. They are so much fun to watch. To watch Matt Schaub go up and down the field. Without Andre Johnson, he'll be back sooner or later, and then all of a sudden, they're just going to be unbelievable. Texans are unbelievable. They're fun to watch. I don't know, and we don't have them very high. Most of the power rankings and all the websites have them outside the top 10. Hell, man. I have them like top 7. I think the Texans are tremendous. People just don't see it. I think the Texans are awesome. I love watching them play. I don't think they're going to let me down this year. I think they are really, really good. People just ignore it. Oh, I like the Bengals and the Lions. I would have the Lions and the Texans up there behind like Green Bay and the Giants in San Francisco. Really, I think they are that good. And Baltimore. Baltimore is the second best team in the league. Green Bay, Baltimore, the Giants. I think right there, that's where the Texans. I think the Texans are like the 4th best team in the league. And people just don't, because, you are what your record is. Bill Parcells so full of crap on that. You're not. Your record is the result of all the crappy teams that you play, or if you play the most impossible schedule ever, like the Giants are starting to go through, you'll go like 8-8. And that's a problem too. So, you are what I think you are, is what it comes down to. And I think the Texans are awesome. I do. I think they're awesome. That was really short. But the other segments have been really long, so it kind of all balances itself out. We will break down all the really good games in the NFL coming up next, and then we will pick all of the games. It's the Ryan Hartson Show on the BWC Network.